family violence are here tonight in our hearts and minds. The murdered Victorian women in this Tree of Light sculpture, Vicky, Joy, Adriana, Rakaya, Katie, Nicole and Caitlin are like beams of light gathering with us in the dark. They are shining through us as we remember them. Their light is a torch guiding our advocacy. Bereaved advocates at a Safe Steps vigil inspired me to create this Tree of Light. As they stood together in the dark, I saw them light up while describing the uniqueness of their loved ones, the horror of their deaths, and the quest to end family violence. I imagine stories about these women were growing like branches of light, reaching out into the world. I hoped memories of them would become rooted in our hearts. While listening to these advocates, I felt that their love, our love, had no limits. It is a love which never dies, never dims, and shines perpetually. It is a love we are compelled to share as victim survivors. Children who have been murdered and maimed by family violence are also here tonight. Some are in our hearts and minds, and others are standing among us. Their presence reminds us that they are victims in their own right with long-term recovery needs. I made the second sculpture, the child sculpture titled The Heart of Life, to honour Katie Haley's children, and two boys who were born in Victoria just 2 years apart. They never met. One spoke out and one could not. One died and one lived. 11-year-old Luke Batty was murdered 10 years ago by his father at cricket training. My son was maimed by child abuse and family violence perpetrated by his father. Both boys were failed by services which did not act on evidence of coercion and control. After 15 years of abuse, my son could bear no more and ran away. He is now interstate, in the shadows of society, disengaged from education, work, and hobbies. He has received no therapeutic care and is frozen in time by memories that prevent him from contacting me. These innocent children were victims of suburban warfare, waged by angry fathers who used them as weapons of torture. They tortured the mothers through acts of intimate partner terrorism. Luke's dad deliberately inflicted a life sentence of traumatic grief upon Rosie Batty. My son's father sabotaged my parenting. Mother-child sabotage is a corrosive form of coercive control that literally tears people apart. When I look at the child sculpture, I first see a child holding yellow flowers, Luke's favourite colour, and I think of Rosie, who embodies hope for survivors. Luke enjoyed sport, so there's a ball there for him. And then when I stand back from that child sculpture, I notice the height. I remember my son, aged 3.5, standing between me and his father saying, "Dada, no hurt mama." My toddler, with a heart of gold, tried to protect me while I was trying to protect him. In the dark, this sculpture's heart glows, And it reminds me that deep down my son once knew he was loved by me. These sculptures share a clear message about murdered and maimed women and children. They call us to be beacons of light, illuminating family violence, the dangers and the solutions. 100,000 Australians rallied on the weekend, standing in solidarity with we victim survivors and the dead. They said the murder of 28 women in the past 4 months is a national emergency, which calls for immediate action by all of us. We must hold hope as we rise from rallies to actions. And we must follow the light on the horizon. This year, the Allen government is developing a new way of assessing child-family violence risks. This month, the Albanese government is introducing new laws to give children experiencing family violence a stronger voice in the family court. In 2 weeks, Victoria's Bayside Peninsula Integrated Family Violence Partnership will hold a Children and Young People's Reform Seminar for 150 child practitioners. In 9 days, Safe and Equal will launch a Home Safe campaign showing all Victorians how to help women and children in danger. Federal Cabinet met today and put us at the top of their action list. Now, more than ever, we must all stand together with victim survivors and hold the light. Thank you.